Hello, good morning and happy Wednesday. Hope you're all feeling well today. I thought I'd go back to my usual format today with my little whiteboard. I tried something different yesterday, but actually it was a bit faffy, so I'm not going to do that again today. I'm going to go back to our normal whiteboard situation. So how are your book reviews coming along? Hope you're enjoying writing them. Today we're looking at writing about the highlights of our chosen book. So that means talking maybe about your favourite characters in the book, or your favourite plot line, like your favourite part of the book. And there is a checklist on the website to help you that you can look at, which shows you what you should include in your highlights paragraph, your highlights part of your book review. So have a look at that and look at the Year 6 language that we're encouraging you or challenging you to try and use. Also have a go at the grammar lesson first today, which is all about linking adverbials. And if you don't fancy or you're not taking part in the book review for this week, there is an alternative writing activity again today. It's a nice one today. It's a short video to watch. So just click on the link on the website and then there's a writing activity connected to that. But even if you're doing that, do the grammar activity first and try to use some of those, some of that language in your writing today, whatever you're doing. If you are doing the book review today, the highlights part of the book review, there's a Lit Film Fest video to watch as usual this week for lesson 3. And that's really great today because it's an interview with the author of the Tom Gates books, Liz Pichon, who I'm sure some of you know already because some of you are big fans of those books. And if you're interested, if any of you out there have read any of the Mallory Blackman books, then there is also an interview with her. If you just scroll down, it's still around the highlights, but there's an interview with her as well if you're interested. But the main one to watch is the Liz Pichon interview. I hope I've said her name right. So I'm obviously reviewing Wonder for my book review. So sometimes the problem I have with my writing is I've got too many short sentences and it all starts to sound a bit stilted for the reader. So I've got to really think about using some of those linking adverbials on the linking adverbial mat today when I do my writing, and that linking adverbial mat is on the website for you to use as well. So I was going to write about my favourite part of Wonder, my favourite part of the story, and my favourite part, that's how you spell favourite, isn't it? My favourite part of Wonder is when, you know, when Augie and Jack go to the camp, or at summer camp, and they meet those older kids in the woods and they're not very nice to them. But I don't want to say all that, do I, in my book review? Because remember, no spoilers. So if I start saying all that, I'm kind of spoiling it for the reader. So I've got to sort of talk about why it's my favourite part without giving too much away. So what I'm going to say is, rather than saying when they meet the older kids in the wood and they're mean to them, I was going to say something like when Augie and Jack find themselves in a sticky situation, whoops, which just means they find themselves with a bit of a problem. So the reader knows, oh, Jack and Augie are going to get into trouble when they go on summer camp, but they have no idea what the trouble is, because if I tell them, then I've just kind of ruined the story for them. Now, the beginning of that is a bit boring. My favourite part of Wonder. It's a bit Year 3-ish, really. So I'm going to try and use one of those linking adverbials from the linking adverbial mat on the website. I haven't got it handy, but I have had a look at it beforehand. And the one I'm going to use is this one. I liked this one. With the exception of the book's ending. Because actually the ending of the book is also one of my favourite parts. I need a comma because that's a fronted adverbial. I'm going to change that to a lowercase m. With the exception of, so that means apart from, so I could also say apart from there, couldn't I? Or except for. Except for, apart from, or with the exception of the book's ending, my favourite part of Wonder is when Augie and Jack find themselves in a sticky situation at summer camp. And then I haven't given too much away. I'm also going to say a little bit about how Julian's friends came to their rescue, but again, I don't want to give too much away, so I'm going to say, this is another one of my good linking adverbials from the mat, despite being enemies at school,